La 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 la.
Yeah, so that's working.
Okay, now go to Discord.
See if it cuts out there.
Hello? Oh, okay, so I've started Audacity and it's recording, so I think we're good.
My name's Goldie Bartlett. I'm an artist from Melbourne, and I love to play cowboy game.
I'm Kalonica Quigley, and I'm a 3D artist and game developer, also from Melbourne.
I'm Ian MacLarty. I'm an independent game developer, also from Melbourne.
I'm Andrew Brophy. I am a game designer from Melbourne. I also like to play cowboy game.
The Grannies is the name for our gang on Red Dead Redemption 2 online.
It's like rare to see an old woman in a video game, so I think we're excited about we're cowboys, but we're also old women.
We kicked around as the Grannies for a while, and then over the weeks, friends like Andy and Ian, who are with us now, said, we played too, and it was great, so they joined the Grannies. We quickly discovered that the most fun we had was when we were taking photos, I think.
It's quite hard. It doesn't have a photo mode like other games have where you can just move the camera anywhere and set the time of day. It's like a game in itself.
The game has such an incredible sense of atmosphere and environment that just being in it is pleasant. Like seeing the storm roll in or the sunset is just a nice thing to be a part of.
We feel a lot like children a lot of the time when we play this. We just make our own fun with it. Fun that's not designed. But yeah, so we were doing this for months and then we broke it.
To get up, there's a certain wall where you'll walk out at a certain angle with your gun out and your character will just start sliding up the wall.
I think I got up on my second try or something. I just lucked out and went whoop, whoop, straight up over the top of the hill. And then there's this moment of panic. What do I do? What do I do? Do I touch anything? Which way? What do I do? Do I take out my gun?
Once you eventually get over, there's an invisible wall and the game tries to force you out. And so you can kind of just keep messing with the controls to eventually get out. But if there's another player already out of the boundary, they can just pull you straight out with a lasso.
It was an interesting feeling because getting over the wall felt physically exhausting somehow. But it just felt so surreal and fragile. It was if we do something wrong, it'll break or we'll get respawned or something. So we just stood there for half an hour.
For me, it was instantly other. And it was just expansive. What they do in the real world is layer textures. So you get the grey of the polygon and then you might get a rock and then they might add a sort of a first grass on top of that and then a dirt layer and then another rock layer. And they build it up so that it all becomes indistinguishable and you can't see where any of the textures repeat. Whereas out here, you're looking at like one high detailed, like gravel texture. We walked along the edge northwards until the sun came up, and then we were in the pyramids. And it's these rocks that are just geometric, like sharp pyramids, 3-sided pyramids.
What I find really fascinating, like really interesting visually, is this juxtaposition of these really low poly geometry, but with this incredible realistic lighting. And I think that's what like also makes going outside of the world feel so interesting, because you can sort of see how they constructed it a bit.
Because we all make games as well, it's often like trying to understand how did they make this. So it was sort of like peeking behind the curtains. Eventually we saw there's like this big seam where the ground changes form.
We're standing on already low resolution. Then that bit of polygon stops, and it stops along a really long edge, and there's another bit that starts, but it's lower. It's like blurry, really blurry. When you look through the stitch or through the hole, you look down for like hundreds and hundreds of meters, and then it's like an expansive ocean. There was moonlight on it. It looked like a James Tyrrell light installation piece.
There was at that point where the world got really blurry. We weren't sure if we could walk on it. So we dropped a can of beans to see if it would like roll onto it. But everything just falls through it.
We'd sort of found this area where the two planes like rise up into a peak.
By then it was getting quite late at night, so we
in the real world.
So we decided, what are we going to do? Like, should we stop? Should we jump? So we waited until dawn, and I went to go and post a photo, and I got disconnected. So I was really sad.
I thought you'd die, you get the usual scream you get when you die, and then just spawn us back. But no, you just keep falling. We were falling in this sort of cloudy void of colour, and the colour would change as time of day changed.
It was like that for about an hour.
I think I noticed the sound first. And then my character started doing the swimming animation.
We were all of a sudden in the ocean. We could look up and see underneath the mountains. You can kind of see through them.
Ian died first and did the dramatic "I'm drowning" pose. And then the little text, "Ian MacLarty has died." And then I also drowned. It kind of felt like we'd gone to another dimension, and I guess in a way we had. But it was also interesting to be back on the map in a town, experiencing normal Red Dead Redemption Online.
I think it felt like a spiritual experience to me. Just sort of stepping outside of this very grounded world into this ethereal other dimension. And then all of a sudden kind of coming back and then knowing there's this whole other world out there.
It's always seen as like it's a bug or it's broken. We love the outside probably just as much as we love the inside of the map as well. Something we just really want to appreciate. We weren't the original ones to find this. This has been common knowledge for people who play the game for months.
All of us are visual artists in our own way and quite sort of sensitive people. And so it's a combination of being given this pretty amazing world to play in and being with the right people who are able to articulate beauty to each other without being nervous about that.
I think every time we have gone out of bounds, it's always like, oh, what's that? And then you get there and it's like, oh, wait, what's that bit? And you just sort of get pulled along. It's constantly a new discovery.